Well, what's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today we're working on another 4Runner. It is a 01, it's 4-wheel drive, and I know we've been doing a lot of 4Runners and Toyota stuff. It's just that's what the car lot that I do stuff for. It's what he buys mostly, is a lot of Toyota. He's a big Toyota fan. And on this one, this 4Runner has like 347,000 miles. It runs great though. We've been doing a little bit of stuff to it. I had to put rack and pinion bushings in it the other day, and then I noticed this right here. Let me try to get see how much that moves. And inner tie rod. I've already taken the driver's side apart. Did it just to make sure what we need to do. Got the new one in, and she is tight. And I had to heat up the nut on the outer tie rod. I want to show them the outer tie rod because it is pretty bad. I mean, see how easy I can move it. I'm just barely even moving that. I mean, it's sitting on the lift arm, and see how much it moves. I want to see if he wants to do that. I had to heat up. That's the other new one. I just wanted to make sure what size the little tie rod tool piece was. I know I'm kind of stuttering today, but it's cold outside. Got my long sleeve on, got my beanie on. Yeah, super cold. It was like 20 something degrees this morning. But so I want to see if he wants to get a new one of these. Because I had to heat up that nut right there anyway, because it was super tight. I mean, you can see the pipe wrenches I had to put on there. Did not break it loose with a regular wrench, so I put a pipe wrench on there and used the pipe and broke them off. But I just wanted to make sure what size everything was for y'all. But like I said, this tire right here is extremely bad. I mean, I bet it moves over half an inch, literally. So that one's really shot, and he's got to get it aligned anyway. And let me take this tire off real quick, and then I'll get ready to show y'all how to break everything off. We'll have to break like one nut loose on the tie rod, and then we'll have to break the gem nut loose, and then take off the boot and all that good stuff. But like I said, I'll show you all that in just a second. All right, got the tire off, and the way we're going to do this is first I'm going to break this gem nut loose. On this one, it should be a 27. Right here, we're going to try to break this one loose with a wrench. I don't know how well this is going to go, but oh, she's actually turning. The other one I had to heat up with a torch, and it was super tight, but it was rusted. Just backing it off enough to actually, oh no, the whole thing's turning actually. Hold on, let me get another wrench. I don't know what that back side is. Alright, so the back side is a 28. Oh wow. Much easier than the driver's side. Like, it didn't take anything to break that jam nut loose. Crazy. And then let me make sure y'all can see. On these, it's got like a big spring clip on here. See if I can do it one-handed for y'all. Yeah, that come off pretty easy. There's that big spring clip right there, and then I don't know how well y'all can see. Let me get my flashlight. I got it in my pocket. Come on out. Alright, there we go. A lot better. Okay, we'll take that little cotter pin out, and then once we take that out, we can take this nut off. The other side was a 19. This one looks a lot smaller. This could be a 17. So I don't know. Like I said, my driver's side was a 19. We'll kind of go off of that. I'll use a 19 first, and you can see all the dust on this thing. But we'll take that out, then we'll break that loose, and then I'll use a hammer and just hit right here and just knock it out real quick, and then we can take this boot off. But if you look right there, you see that little clip? It's right on top. Yeah. You'll have to break that clip, and whenever you get new bellows, you don't have to get new ones. If yours are torn, go ahead and get new ones, but if they're good, just clean them off and reinstall them. And when you get new bellows, a A lot of times they'll come with zip ties, so you can just zip tie these back on, where you can just reuse clip on this one. But I'm just going to use zip ties on this one. I know you can get the band clamps and use the band tool to put it on, but if you just got zip ties, just make sure they're tight and you should be good to go. But we're going to break that loose. Let me set y'all up again. And to break it loose, I'm just using a regular screwdriver. If I can get up in there. Normally you can break those bands pretty easy with just a little screwdriver. I don't know if I can get it to turn on me. Oh yeah, it turns pretty easy. But you can get a screwdriver in here and break those bands. Come on, get underneath there. I'll tell you they're easy to do, and then this one's going to be a pain in the butt to get off. There it went. See how that band popped off like that? So you get it to pop off pretty easy like that, then you won't have any issues getting it off of here. And that's what your band looks like. But now we got that off, we can go ahead and take this cotter pin out. Just use a pair of regular pliers. I know y'all can't really see what I'm doing right here, but should have showed y'all everything on the driver's side just because how hard it was. So you can get kind of a view of if things go wrong, what to do. This one's being kind of nice to us, to be honest. So, little trick, if you want to, just grab the head of it and pull sideways, like twist it. And a lot of times when cotter pins come out really good, we'll put new ones in there just because it's a good idea to do so. Let's see if this 19. No, that's the right size. It's a lot smaller than that. But, God almighty. She is tight. I should have filmed me putting the rack and pinion bushing in, but I didn't have my camera with me yesterday. I didn't think I was going to do that. It was kind of a spur of a moment thing. Because these rack and pinions are a little different. Oh, and I caught the car on fire. Don't know why. I went to heat up the bushing to pull it out. And all of a sudden, I mean, it just flamed up and it like poofed just like there was gas on the car. And till this morning, I still don't know why it did that. Makes no sense to me. I would turn the steering wheel, but the steering wheel locked on me, so I'm gonna have to hit it at a weird angle because I'm right-handed. So I'm gonna get into the car actually, and then I'm gonna hit it. But we're gonna hit it right on the joint. You might get to see my pretty face. Come on. Now you come on. Whew. Seen one that tight. Well, let's see what it's like when everyone don't want to come out. probably gonna have to end up getting new tie rods because I'm gonna have to use a pickle fork. She ain't coming out. Got her out. Had to hammer the crap out of it. And like I said, normally you mess up these boots when you do it. Yeah, put a good tear in it when you're doing that. This thing was in here. But now that we got all that off, should be able to pull this off. Ooh. Y'all see all that in there? Oh well, we can look in down in here, but dude, that is disgusting. Definitely have to clean that one out. Put it on the floor right now. Look at this. Should not be like that by no means. Now, my tie rod tool did not have a adapter big enough to go around this one. Well, it wasn't mine, it was the one we got in the shop right now. But it didn't have an adapter big enough to go on there, so I'm having to use a pipe wrench and break it loose. Let me get the pipe wrench, get it set up and all this stuff, and we'll show you how we did this. Here's the pipe wrench, and I got a big pipe that I'm going to adapt to it. I have to tighten it up a little bit. Alright. See how tight this one is. Oh yeah, there we go. Once it breaks loose, you can thread them off pretty easy. It's not a hard thing to do once they break loose, but if yours is like mine, you'll have to use the wobbliness of it. And there is a washer, but the new ones come with washers. Now see that? How loose that is. I'm gonna spray that out with some brake cleaner because it looks like some water may have gotten in there or something. Either that or this grease just deteriorated. Debating more on the water idea. I'm gonna check that boot for any holes, make sure no water got in there. And it could have been from people pressure washing it too. Here's a new one, here's the washer. Now there's two little notches in this thing, and that's what the notches on here go into. I don't know how well y'all can see them, but we're gonna thread it in first. If I can do it right. Alright, once I get it threaded in a little bit, I'm coming underneath here and I'm gonna line up this washer. Got it hand tight. Now we're going to use our tie rod tool, and could not find a torque spec on this, so I'm torquing it down to 70, but I got a long tool on there, so it's probably more along the lines of about 60-65. Here's what these tools look like. Now this is a 1 7/16 on the new one. Once you put that on first, then you get the tool. And if I can keep it from moving on me. Slide the tool over, lock it down, and then I'm going to torque it down. Now, all I gotta do is take the torque off. Then put your boot on, and then we'll redo the outer tie rod. But I gotta talk to the owner, make sure, see if he wants to do the outer tie rods or not. I'm gonna highly recommend it just because that one I had to hit it out with a pickle fork and it kind of tore it, and the other one was real loose anyway. So let me talk to him real quick before we knock out the rest of this. So he went ahead and ordered new tie rods, and on your tie rods there's a left and a right, just because of the way they're angled, and even the aftermarket ones have right and left marked on them. But we will go ahead and show y'all part numbers for the left and the right and the inner tie rods, because the inner tie rods are the same. Here is your right tie rod, and this is Master Pro, but it's ES3547, and then left one should be ES3548. And the inner tie rods, which are the same, are EV433. So, and they do come with the washers, and these right here even come with the nuts, and I think that the inner tie rods even come with nuts too, but we're going to go with the ones that are already on the tie rods, and we'll just go from there. Now, let me open this up. Got it open, and it does come with a new cotter pin, Zircos fittings. We're going to set these pretty much side by side, and we're going to thread this nut in to that same depth, because it looks like the threads are the exact same. They look like they come up to right there. So we're going to thread it in all the way till it matches that one, because it even looks like that one's bent back a little bit, but they even look like they're the same centers and all that, so it should be good. So like I said, just thread that into the same depth as the old one. Now, I know this one right here is back a little bit further than it was at the original alignment marks, so just you want to, whenever you thread this in, just go probably like half a thread or a thread away from it, then you can tighten your nut down. But it should just thread right inside of it. See if I can show y'all. Clean the inside of this out pretty good. Now we're going to stick this back on. Make sure you get that back on. Then we're going to get a zip tie, and we're going to zip tie it around like the band area. Right, so I know these are overkill, but these are really good zip ties, and that's all we had at the moment actually, and they fit in there perfectly around the boot area, and this will give it a good tight crimp too. I know my head's right in y'all's way, but alright, there we go. Alright, and there's a little notch on these inner tie rods where that goes, and then I have some flush cut pliers right here, snips, dikes, whatever you want to call them. Nothing to hurt you. And I know I dropped the spring. There it goes. Thought I picked it up, I didn't. And put this back on. Now we can thread the new tie in. So my camera died when I was doing it on the other side, so I'm going to show you the driver's side. So we're just threading it in. And got the nut about where it needs to be. I'm going to double check it after I get in, because it looks like it's spinning a little bit. Threads are the exact same length on this as the original one, so all you have to do is just count the threads behind it. Let's see, and from the top, I'm going to go from the top to there. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, doing this quite a bit. Yeah, actually they come back further on this one. I forgot about that. So, should be right there. Yeah, we're getting alignment afterwards anyway, because that's one reason he took it for an alignment, because we don't have an alignment machine here. He took it for an alignment, and the bushings on the steering rack was shot, and so you need to change those. And then while I was in here, I noticed that tire wobble. I thought, let me check both of them, and this one had a little bit, but the passenger side was awful. And also these torque to 41 foot-pounds. May have to go a little bit past it just to get the cotter pin in. It does come with a new cotter pin. Have a torque wrench right here. Okay. And we'll have to go past it a little bit, get the cotter pin in. I believe. Oh, no. She was right there on the moon. And just bend them down on both ends. So now I've got locked down a jam nut. This jam nut is a 30 millimeter. I know not everybody has a pipe wrench or a regular wrench. That's not pipe wrench. I don't know why. But it says these should torque down to 45, but I just don't have a crow's foot that big. One, two, I just put a little bit extra on it, and there we go. She is done. So let me go over. That's supposed to be 41. This is 41. Same thing. I looked them up on ProDemand. If I'm wrong, let me know so I can correct it in the comment section, or somebody may see the comments and let me know, because I have found specs wrong in ProDemand before, based off of like factory specs. I've had like factory mechanics tell me on my comments, hey, that's wrong, that's not it, especially on German stuff. I've noticed it. But it's pretty much putting tie rods inner and outer on these things. Like I said, they do have left and right on even aftermarket ones, which is good. But if y'all got any questions, comment, concerns, let me know in the comment section. I'll get to them as soon as possible. If you like the video, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. And if you didn't, I got other stuff on the channel. Check it out. You might find something you do like. And if you didn't like it, let me know why. And I do have the shirts, hats, stickers, Instagram, Patreon, all that good stuff. And like I said in every one of my videos, torque is tight, and y'all have a great day.